And we are live. Welcome along, guys, to the Formula 1 Australian Grand Prix here in Racing League Up. It's the season opener of the Asia Cup. I'm commentating tonight for you. My name is Lord Elephant, but of course I can't catch all the action on my own, so I'm joined here by the main man, Will G. Introduce yourself, man.
Good evening, lads. Good evening. We're on for a good one here.
What up, Will? How are you going? How are you doing?
Oh, all good, mate. All good. A lot of cars coming out onto track quite early in the session, obviously, to get their first runs in.
Yes, but isn't that a bit early? I would wait for everyone to be out and then have a lot of clean air, because they're all bunching up now. Oh well, Will, you raced yesterday. Is there any specific things you can tell us about this track? Or things we should pay attention to?
Well, if there does tend to be a safety car on lap one, then if you do pit, it's a pretty good strategy to take the hards all the way to the end. It's a bit of a stretch, but more than doable. And I reckon these guys can do it.
Yeah, of course, this is our main Wednesday tier, so the driving ability should be fine and they should be able to get the tires home from lap 1, the hards, although what you say, it is a stretch. But is there any really alternative strategies coming into play here that you think?
Well, if there isn't a safety car, then the medium soft is a good strategy to go for, as obviously you're going to be extremely quick at the end, most likely picking up that fastest lap point, which can honestly help your championship hugely.
Yes, and let's see now who's starting their lap. There's already a yellow flag.
Led is starting his lap. I think that's
Led, yes, there's someone ahead, but we'll just quickly ride on board with him, as I need to quickly fix the telemetry, etc. Lap data. Get the full track map on. So let's ride on board with
it together pretty well so far.
Yeah, it's a good lap. If you can commentate over this lap, Will.
Yeah, just coming through. I don't know the corner number, but we move. We move. He's coming down to a heavy braking zone here. Brake just between the 100 and the 50 metre board down into third. He's got a good exit there. Coming up to the 10-11 chicane. You want to be taking this in around 6th gear, 5th to if you really want to get the nose in. And misses the apex by quite a bit, but I don't think it will hamper his run too badly. Coming down just to start the final portion of the lap, down into 4th, clip it, just getting next to the apex quite nicely. Chose to take that in 6th, probably could have taken it in 5th, but he's got a good run nonetheless. Touches the curb on the outside, coming through the final corner, opens the flap in the rear wing, and comes up to the line to do a 1:22.3.
Pretty decent bank lap. I think he's new to the league as well, so it's pretty decent for him.
Goldie now goes fastest.
Goldie setting the pace early on, followed by his teammate in the McLaren as well. 8,000 separating them.
McLaren do look strong so far.
I've got some predictions in chat. Jeroen P1. That's a bold one, but it can happen as Prince goes fastest in the Ferrari, followed by Tankade in the Renault. Let's see, who are we expecting the most from tonight?
I've got to say, I think Black Mamba's going to have a good one here. I think he's just going to maybe not qualify as well, but he'll have the consistency in the race to stay with him. Maybe
he's good with race pace, as he showed last season. But I think someone we need to pay attention to as well is Shabby. He promoted from C3, our second Tuesday tier, of course, and I think he'll have some great pace tonight. Maybe even go for the title in C2. But yeah, we'll have to see.
We've got let's get. Yeah, we're just gonna go with let's get.
Let's get fiscal.
Yes, on the lap now. So, if you want to walk us through this.
Let's get fiscal now, coming through after the straights, flat out through this corner, of course, keeps it a good racing line. decent sector 1 from him. Going to turn 7, I think. Moving up through the gears, of course, ERS in hot lap. 7th gear, braking for the corner into 2nd gear even. Accelerating on the curb, he misses that curb. But now he is on for the fast chicane, lagging a bit on my screen. But here you can gain a lot. Goes in quite safe, doesn't take too many risks and doesn't take the apex on the exit. Now into sector 3. Brakes late for the corner, good exit. Now into the final few turns, goes a bit wide there, but he keeps it on track. Final few turns, penultimate turn, good exit is very important on the straight.
That's a very solid final sector.
Very good exit, very solid final sector indeed. Let's see what he does. He moves up into P11. Decent lap from him there.
Yeah, good lap.
We've come into the phase where everyone's pitting, of course.
I think
Goldie's
Goldie's gone for a second run on the same tyres, isn't he?
Yeah, but I think he's pitting. He's got a bit wide there, so yes, he's pitting.
Yeah, he's pitting.
Cotton Eye Joe's on his out lap. Let's see if anyone's on a good lap.
Donkey Dan's just started a lap as well.
Donkey Dan will follow him through.
Oh, he's run a bit wide, turn 2.
He's got a bit wide there. But that shouldn't hinder him too much. He's a very fast driver, especially in qualifying. Took the pole in Monaco last season, so he has space in qualifying. Doesn't touch the apex there either. Goes flat out. There's enough to make up for. Sector 1 is 27.1. That isn't a good first sector, but maybe he can make it up in the final 2 sectors. So move up through the gears. 7th gear. Braking into 3rd gear. Hitting the apex nicely. A bit of traction issues, but he accelerates through to 7th gear. Not to 8th gear. Brakes a bit for the fast chicane. That's a very good run indeed. Doesn't activate the DRS. That's not smart.
Invisible's just gone up to P4 as well.
That's a good lap from Invisible. Donkey Down now entering the final sector. Final few turns. The run's a bit wide. Penultimate turn. Good apex there, and the final turn gets a decent exit. Let's see what he does. Up to the line, Donkey Down sets a 1:21.3 in 9th position. The grid is very close at the moment. Invisible or even Tankade with a 1:21.0 and up to even 11th place, 1:21.4. 4 tenths separating them.
So Killer's looking like the man to beat at the minute.
Yeah, definitely.
20.8.
It's a Dodge 1-2-3, I just noticed. Prince, Walstra and Tankade.
Okay, you're liking that.
Go on, Dutchies. Prince is starting his lap now, I think. So I'll let you run through this lap then.
Yep, coming down into turn 1, braking about the 100 metre board. 5th gear through there, that's a nice run. Going out wide at turn 2. Now comes down the back straight into turn 3. Just after the 100 metre board you want to brake there. 2nd gear for the rotation in. Short shift for 4th for the traction. It's a pretty good run through there. As he comes towards the end of the first sector split, you're going to see what he's done. He's done a 0.5, which is actually a pretty decent sector. He's now just passing DeLuca. Very nicely got out of the way. And braking down into 3rd gear, up to 4th quickly for the traction once again. And onto the little stretch before the 10-11 chicane. Runs as wide as you can, straighten up the entry, into 6th. That's a pretty good run through there, nice and flowing. Opens the DRS again, and for the final section of the lap once some more. 4th gear, hit the apex on the inside. Down into 5th, very neat and tidy. Late on the brakes as you can be. 2nd, up short shift to 3rd, and round the final corner. That's a very nice lap there.
Let's see if he improves. Yes, he does. 3.5 tenths is a very good lap. He is indeed the man to beat here. Is that a pole lap? We won't know until the end of the session. 8 minutes remaining here at the Albert Park circuit in Melbourne. Cotton Eye Joe with a very good lap, 1:20.9, only 0.02 of a second behind Walstra Bird in 2nd place. Let's see who's on a lap then. Marco Botha is, I think.
Himself as well.
No, Marco isn't.
Ulstrabert is.
Sam did a 1:22 in 8th
Shabby
place.
goes to
Shabby,
second place.
second place.
On a 0.6.
0.6, good time from him there.
That's a good lap.
Yellows in sector 1 for someone slowing down, I think.
Ulstrabert, I think, just had a very good run through the chicane. Oh no, he's invalidated it.
My
I
controller
think.
keeps on disconnecting.
Plug that in. I think people are more coming in now, start saving up for their final runs. Tank out on his lap here, just coming through the final sector. Nice and flowing. Opens the DRS. It's going to be up there. Goes P3 on a 0.6. It's a good lap from him. And could be first or second row of the grid.
So I changed the cable for my controller, so yeah, I think it should be fine now.
Right, is anyone else on a lap?
Don't think there is.
The 6th placed Williams might be on a lap.
Ashwin, you don't want to pronounce his name.
No, what do you mean, mate? I don't know what you're talking about.
It's fine, bro.
Oh, Goldie's
Goldie retired. That's a big one.
He's clearly happy with his lap. Maybe
I think he retired in pits, indeed. Well,
yeah.
Ashwin is going through the final sector, the penultimate turn. Doesn't hit the apex, runs a bit wide, and oh, he's into the pits. That's a bit anticlimactic.
Yeah.
Oh, Goldie, no, he dropped it in the chicane.
Oh yeah, I just saw that.
Wow, I told him not to do it beforehand, and he did it.
I literally messaged him before this and says wait for some mentions on stream. And he's gone and done that.
Yeah,
oh,
me
come
too.
Come on, Goldie.
Goldie is in 11th place though, so if he stays there, don't think he will, but it's enough room for a good strategy from his side.
DeLuca just finishing a lap, goes up to 17th.
You won't be too happy about that, DeLuca.
He's got a lot of potential in him. I think he can do a lot better than that.
Wesley either shouldn't be happy with his lap either. He was almost champion last season, 2nd place, so he'll be looking to be champion this season. We've just got a prediction for the pole lap, 120.3. Well, we'll see about that. Of course, with the overcast conditions. 20.3 Lenny's pace. Oh.
Yeah, mate.
Where did he qualify?
I don't even know. I weren't bothered about him, to be honest.
Ooh, then he had a bit of a stinker, hadn't he?
Actually, I don't know. No, he's not. He's in non-ERS. I am waffling.
I think Marco just started his lap. Runs a bit wide. Don't know. Yeah, he backed out. Yeah, there's no point in. I think Jeroen is on a lap then.
Has now started a lap.
In the Red Bull.
Through this?
I'll walk you through it. Hard braking into turn 3. It's up to the gears into turn 4. Bit of a lift there. Flat out through turn 5. Let's see what his first sector is. 26.7. That's a decent time. It's improvement on his last lap. Goes up through the gears. There's a car ahead of him that hopefully gets out of the way of him soon. Braking in 2nd gear, doesn't quite hit the apex, doesn't maximize the track on the exit. As he's getting closer, hopefully that won't annoy him. The car ahead turns in, has a good run through the chicane. The Williams goes out of the way. It's a good lap until now. As he goes into sector 3, braking for the last, braking for the corner. Going up through the gears into the penultimate turn, hitting the apex nicely, hoping for a good run.
I've seen through there so far.
Bit wide, but it's ultimately a good run, and let's see what he does. It's a 120.9. That's a good lap from Jeroen.
He's matched 6th place this time.
Oh yeah, he did. It's
To be
nothing,
fair,
literally nothing separating them.
Fourth to bloody 15th is
Yeah.
pretty close.
Five tenths.
Yeah,
Nothing
it's
more.
not bad. It's just the front three. We're gonna have a good battle there, I reckon.
And Al Corks, I don't know how to pronounce his name, is on a lap now in the Haas, the Lucas teammate. So if you can run us through the final sector, Will, it would be lovely.
Who am I on board with?
Number 18. Well,
Number 18.
I'll do it.
Oh, so you don't.
Penultimate turn.
Now, huh?
Final turn.
Through
Gets
the final
a
corner.
decent exit.
He's out of the RS.
Oh yeah, he's out of. He hasn't deployed any.
21, and he's still improved. So expect him to be coming up some positions then, because he's got a lot more pace than.
But he can't pit anymore.
Nah, his qualifying's over.
Everyone's on an outlap now, except for Jeroen and a couple of other guys who didn't time this particularly well, but we'll see what they do. Let's see who is the first guy to go on a lap. I think it's Scott and I Joe. Let's run on board with him.
I'll write that name.
Yeah, me too. I think he's Dutch. So there's a Dutch, the top 5 is all Dutch. But let's go. Turn 1 then, braking at about 100 meters. Gets a good run through turn 1. Up until turn 3, DRS open. Stays in 7th gear to have a bit of engine braking to 2nd gear to get that extra rotation into the corner. Turn 4 then. Gets a good run. Flat out through turn 5. Uses everything of the track, maximizes it. Then 26.6, good for sector 1. He improves. Then goes on to turn 7, I think. I'll just call it turn 7. Late braking into 3rd gear. Doesn't seem to get on the apex, which I think is the best thing to do. Then onto the fast chicane. Brakes after the 50-meter board. Gets a good run. Runs on the apex on the exit. Now the DRS open once more for the 3rd time. Braking at 75 meters or so into the final sector. It's been a pretty good lap so far. Good run there. Hits the apex nicely. Let's see, only the last corner.
This could be on the front row.
Runs a bit wide there, but this could be a very good lap from his side. Is it an improvement? It's a 120.8 and that's 4th place, and Jeroen finished in 7th. Prince now on a lap, we'll follow him. He's 110.
He's just gone up to P5. Good lap from him.
Oh, Alex.
He's gone from
good
like
lap,
15th to 5th.
Wesley from 20th to 2nd. Very good lap.
Very nice.
But can
Everyone
anyone
finding
beat this
time
man?
now.
The pole
Goldie
man.
must be kicking himself.
Walser Bird finishes 3rd. Can't defeat the main man tonight. Up till now, in qualifying at least. Prince Killer has a good exit onto the straight. Will he improve? 120.3. What a lap by Prince Killer.
Predicted that very well.
And he's predicted that very well. But Ken Shabby, he's done a 3/10 improvement. Gets a good exit. Ken Shabby take away pole from Prince Killer. Yes, he can. 120.3. What a lap. Is there anyone still on a lap? Invisible might be.
Joe, I think. Oh no, he's not.
Invisible
I think
through the final corner. Gets a good exit as well. Will he get into the top 10? That's the question. He gets a 120.8. Gets up into P7. Black Mama then stays in 15th. Is Fiscal on a lap? No, he's going into the pits. So that's qualifying for you then. What a lap by Shabby in the end.
Yeah, it's a very close grid. We're gonna see a good race. And
like you said, someone predicted that quali lap very well.
Yeah. Someone, Aled has binned his car, I've just seen. Seems to be missing a wheel on the exit of turn 8. Oh. Anyway, your qualifying grid is set for this Australian Grand Prix. We've got Shabby on pole, followed by Prince Killer by just less than 1/10 of a second. So it's going to be a close one.
think it's gonna be a close one. Let's hope they all get through clean in turn 1. Can you tell us what happened in C1 yesterday? Oh wait, first I'll let you run through the qualifying grid then.
Yeah, so as I said, it's Shabby, followed by Prince Killer, followed by Wesley, a further 2 tenths back, then Wallstrabert, followed by Tenkat, Cotton Eye Joe, and Invisible. Then Adwin, we're going with that, Aled, and what are these names, alright? Can we... Dog Obs is your top 10, then you've got Jerome, Donkey Dan, Marco, Sem, Black Mamba, Goldie, DeLuca, Alcor, and let's get Fiscal.
Fiscal
is 19th. Alright, leave me be, man, I'm trying. But we move.
What I wanted to say, can you tell us what's happened in C1 yesterday in turn 1?
I was 3 wide going into turn 1.
3 wide.
But we all got through quite cleanly, surprisingly.
Okay.
So, but we'll see if it's any different here.
Yeah, well, let's see if Prince Killer, of course, he has the pace he's shown in qualifying. Let's see if he can get a good start and immediately get up into P1.
I imagine the guys further back will be quite aggressive to try and get their way forward. So
yeah, Goldie, DeLuca, I mean,
into turn 1.
There's a lot of potential for those guys, and they're not happy, especially Goldie, who dropped it into the chicane of that. Let's just call it that. He'll be looking to get a good points finish today.
Yeah, he's definitely got it in him. So we'll just see. We'll definitely be monitoring his progress through the race. Yeah,
let's see then. Let's see the tires then. So the whole top 10, of course, on soft. Jeroen on soft as well. Donkey, I've just heard Donkey is running 2 wings, so I don't know what's going on there, but that's not great for Australia.
He's going to be a rocket ship on a straight line.
Yeah, but I don't think I would be scared 29 times in the chicane with that setup.
Interestingly, some people have opted for the hards.
Yeah, Sam going for the hards. Of course, it isn't possible to do a 0 stop, so yeah, let's see what they do.
You can pretty much do the whole race on.
Yeah, but
hards. Maybe he's hoping for a late safety car.
Yeah,
could be
but I would have gambled on the soft, to be honest.
Oh, I would gamble on the mediums, but
I would gamble on an early safety car rather than a late safety car.
Yeah, probably much better.
I mean, the racing is close on Australia. Like some said, it's Monaco without barriers.
Overtake, though. Track position is quite key here.
Yeah, that's why the likes of the Mercedes guys, by the way, with a 1-3, maybe Shabby will help Wesley out, getting him into a comfortable Mercedes 1-2, like we see in real life, unfortunately.
Yeah, the Mercedes, so far after the first qualifying session, seem the team to beat. So it's going to be a good season.
Ferrari up there as well, with 2nd and 7th. But just how much Cotton Eye Joe has improved. It's great to see.
Yeah, he's done well. 6th place, he can definitely work with something from there. His teammate in 9th as well. Not a bad showing from the Toro Rosso boys.
Nope. Well, let's see then, as everyone is lining up on the grid. Fiscal now coming through the final turn to line up on the grid. Got a great camera angle here from Shabby's car, as we now await just a bit for the 5 red lights. So
I've managed to get a Haas out of its grid slot on my screen, but we're going to ignore that.
Yeah, me too. Okay, so it's 1 light, 2 lights, 3 lights, 4 lights, 5 lights. Out and away we go for the Australian Grand Prix. Very good start from Shabby. Good start from Wesley as well, but Prince holds 2nd, it looks like. Let's see then, is there any incidents in the back? Doesn't look like it.
There is.
Black Mamba is. Black Mamba spun round in the gravel. 10K up to P4. Let's look at the top flight then.
He does have a bit of damage.
Shabby, followed by Prince Killer, followed by Wesley, Tankade, Walserbird, Invisible, who's made up one position, Doghouse, who's made up a few positions, Alet, Donkey Dan, and Marco Boda in P10.
DeLuca's lagged out.
DeLuca, yeah. Jerome is in 19th. What happened to him? I can't see Jerome on my screen. I don't know.
No, I think he's gone. I think something's happened on the
Goldie
formation
already up 3 positions then. Let's look at the top then. Shabby, followed by Prince Killer.
He's managed to get back in. That's good to see.
Oh yeah, that's good. Shabby is getting an early lead here. 5 tenths separating him and Prince Killer then. 5 tenths behind is RLH Wesley. We know how hard it is to overtake here. Track position is key, like you said. And it looks like Shabby is extending the gap early on in the race, setting the pace early on. And Wesley is gaining a bit on Prince Killer, who doesn't look very comfortable at this moment in the race.
He's used to about 40% ERS as well, so it looks like Shabby's race to lose at the minute. But we're going to see what happens when the DRS comes out, because that's when the whole race can change.
Oh yeah, Shabby is way more ERS, and both the Mercedes guys on way more ERS, yeah.
Marco and Aled are about to go side by side into turn 3. Round the outside goes Marco, all on the curb, and Aled is just going to hold that position.
Did they touch?
No, it was all clean, he just done it on the curb.
Black Mama and Sam are in the pits. And Shabby has already broken out of the DRS to Prince Killer, so that's him setting the pace early on. That's great for him and his teammate.
Interestingly, Sem's gone for the mediums, but Black Mamba's gone for the hards, which will help. Obviously Sem's going to be quicker in the early stage, but them tyres cannot go to the end.
But you never know with a safety car. Maybe he's gambling on a safety car.
Yeah. Black Mamba, his race isn't over yet though, so just keep an eye on him.
But with Prince 1 second already behind Shabby, it's really close to 1 second. That leaves him vulnerable for Wesley to overtake him, as he now gets within the second and then out of the second. So the order is staying like it was in qualifying. Ooh, as Wesley gone wide. Did he pick up some damage? No, it looked like he hit the wall on my screen. As Shabby goes fast with a 1:24.8.
As he goes through, it all looks okay.
Yeah. DRS is now enabled, and there's a yellow flag, and I think that's Donkey Dan. But I don't. Oh, Donkey is lagging.
He's got wing. He's got wing damage.
Oh yeah, I see. His whole wing is gone. Oh no, his right end plate is gone only. Okay.
Yeah, I'll have to come into the pits, strap on some hards, and then see how far he can go into the race.
Closest fight at this moment is Tankade following Wesley, it seems. But they'll need the DRS, they'll need someone to make a mistake in the fast chicane, for example, or run a bit wide, or have a compromise run to overtake it really, because you're not getting an easy opportunity. As Prince has broken out of the DRS, so that leaves Wesley vulnerable for Tankade, sketching quickly with the DRS.
There's been no safety.
We look behind. Marco is very close with the DRS. Tries to outbrake Alet, goes down the inside and gets the move done for the Williams. Alet now in a Williams sandwich with Marco ahead and Ashwin behind, very close behind.
Obviously there's been no safety car so far, so Goldie is actually looking good on the mediums.
As Tankade is closing up, goes down the inside into turn 1. They go side by side and they touch. And Wesley stays on track, but that's something he won't be too happy with. But Walser now overtaking Wesley. He is through into turn 3.
I think Donkey Dan picked up the damage on Wesley on Goldie.
Okay.
Because he is understeering a lot.
Sector 3 yellow flag, that's for... And Jeroen still isn't in on my game.
No, he's not for me either.
Donkey's in the pits, yeah. That's unfortunate for Wesley then.
Has just managed to get back in DRS.
Yeah, his pace looks better after a couple of laps. Maybe just had to... Oh, and there's Shabby! Shabby is gone! And Prince goes into him. And that's Shabby spun round.
Taken the lead.
10k taking the lead and Walser up into second place. Wesley then. No, he stays in P4 as Prince maintains P3, but that's very unfortunate. Shabby spinning into P15 and that he just collected Prince. Nowhere to go for Prince. And Prince has wing damage.
So Black Mamba's out.
Oh, Black Mamba is out and Sam is out as well.
Safety car.
That's a safety car, so that's the great opportunity for Prince to pit then. Is he going to the hards? That's the question.
Just drove past the pits.
No, I think he's gone for the mediums. I think he selected the mediums as well. So
I wonder who's gonna go for the hards.
He's been held up massively, but he might be in this one, you know, with the
Wesley has gone onto the hards, and I think he is the net race leader now.
Yeah, that's a good shout. Wesley
followed by Marco on the mediums, which will probably need to hit again.
Dogarbs in the net P3 then. No, the mediums are it's 20 laps on mediums then, even more, maybe 22.
Yeah, it might be doable, the safety car.
Unfortunate for Donkey Dan as well, just pitted onto the softs. And he stays on the softs, I mean, why not? But yeah, I think Wesley
personally, if you're at the back of the grid, you may as well pit for hards.
Yeah.
And go to the end.
Let's get Fiscal then, is of course on his 4-lap old hard tires. He is the net race leader then, I think.
He'll still have to make a stop, though, in the end. But he's definitely in a better position.
Yeah,
he's going to be able to keep his head down, stay out of everything, and just get on with his race. There we go. The top.
10k is going on.
Out.
Why?
He has stayed out.
Walstra is going to the. Please go to the hards. He's gone to the mediums, I think.
Has it? He's gone softs, isn't he?
Huh?
It says softs for me. Yeah, he's gone for the softs.
He's gone for the softs, bro. As he is ahead of Wesley, so if he gone to the hards, he would be the net race leader now.
Oh, he's made a big mistake there, I think.
He's had a stinker.
He has had a stinker.
Oh my. Prince on the mediums as well. I don't think they can make it work 22 laps on the mediums. And if they can, the hards will be much faster, even though they wear out as well.
The hards will probably be about 70% at the end, maybe 60.
Yeah,
but the mediums would be like 80, 90.
85, yeah.
Yeah.
I think Wesley's on for a good one here, if it stays like this.
Yeah,
of course, you cannot not predict anything, but well.
But interestingly, that's helped out Goldie as well, because he's managed to repair his wing, I think.
Yeah.
Come out on the hards, and now he's got probably 3 positions to gain from pit stops and in a net P9. Or look, actually, probably a net P6.
Someone who hasn't gained though is Cotton Eye Joe. Very unfortunate for him. As 10k picks up a 3-second time penalty. That's just, yeah.
I am going
stupid
to
penalty, not paying attention.
Marco has got a 3-second penalty. Shabby has a 5-second penalty for Prince Killer, which I think he'll just get that removed because he weren't really in control of his car. Yeah. Invisible's got a 3-second penalty, and Tenkat has a 3-second time penalty.
Yeah, it's just a bit, stupid picking up penalties under the safety car. Done it myself, and there's just no need to do it, you know.
Yeah, just drive in the middle of the track.
Yeah.
Keep it clean. Prince Killer actually hasn't done too badly from this safety car.
No, indeed.
I mean, the mediums aren't going to be great, but if he can nurse it to the end, then he's got a chance at a podium still.
The battle with Wesley has costed Wesley, but due to his strategic masterclass, he's back into it again.
Yeah, he's done well.
I mean, Viscal has to pit still, so like you said, he's the net race leader if the guys pit. got 11 viewers on stream. Hello guys. Let us know
All I
your
can
predictions
imagine,
for the final few laps or something.
doing is coming in for the softs, absolutely gunning it, trying to get to the front of that pack as soon as possible, breaking away and try and make a two-stop work. Which could work on hards when there are other people who will be on worn hards at the end. So it could work.
Prince just said to me, how unlucky can I be? Yeah, it's part of racing, man. It's just unfortunate indeed, but you're not out of it, so you're in 8th place, you're in mediums, you're in a pretty good position still, and you'll just have to wait.
Down, mate.
Safety cars in this lap then, as Tankade is the leader. I've had some experience with Tankade leading a safety car, and that I was side by side with him on the Monaco straight.
Has just got a 10-second
I've
penalty.
seen it, and that's just hindering him so much.
I'm guessing he'll get that removed.
Nah, I mean, I'm not going to say anything.
He'll get it. He should get it changed from a 10-second to a 3-second.
Yeah,
There's
or
no
5.
way you should get a 10-second for a corner cutting.
Well,
or under a safety car.
I'm not judging. I'm gonna leave that up to the stewards.
I'm
I'm gonna leave that up to you. Okay, but let's follow Tankade now. Tankade. He's backing up the pack a lot with Invisible and Fiscal behind. Of course, Walser Bird is trying to overtake. Is willing to overtake Fiscal very soon. Tankade then waits till the final corner. Still not accelerating. And now he goes. Gets a good restart then. As he's 5/10 ahead of Invisible, just warming up the tires. Fiscal. Oh no, and that's Invisible gone wide. Cold tires, I think. And then he is into 7th, maybe 8th place even. As Prince goes down the inside.
But he hasn't quite made it stick.
Tankade has just gone off then, and that's Daluka spun, I think. Yeah, and he's wing damage, right end plate damage, and that's unfortunate for him. Just isn't his day today, unfortunately. But let's look at the top then. Marco gaining on Wesley, but thinks the better of it here, doesn't make the move. But now he has to follow him through onto the fast chicane. Of course, DRS not activated. Also look ahead at Walser and Fiscal. Walser just almost pushing Fiscal. But no moves being made here. Then, and that's Al Corks. He dropped it. Does he have damage? Yes, he has a lot of damage, and that's him going into the pits then. Let's see then, Walser close behind Fiscal, who makes a mistake by running wide. But he keeps the racing line then. Walser gets a better exit, of course, on the better tires, the softer compound. Hasn't got DRS, needs to gain on and dispose of Fiscal quickly, goes down the inside, and that's a good move from Walser. And is Fiscal now vulnerable? No, Fiscal is attacking Walser. Tries to go around the outside as there's a yellow flag in sector 1. I think that's for Donkey Dan.
Oh, there's Cotton Eye Joe who's going slowly.
Oh no. Such a great qualifying for him, but things haven't fallen into place for him this race. Walser Bird then extending his lead and now chasing after Tankade with 2 seconds separating them. Tankade had a good restart. Wesley then is looking to overtake Fiscal quickly. Follows him through. Here, doesn't go into the slipstream. Just waits for the straight after the fast chicane. Brakes later, but gets a better exit. Has a good run on Fiscal. Will probably try to go down the inside. He's side by side with him going into the corner. Brakes a bit later. Fiscal has held it though. Run wide there, and Marco overtakes him for P4.
I think there was a little bit of contact.
Yeah,
nothing,
indeed.
Nothing out of order.
Good strategy from Marco though, just waiting patiently. But Marco is very close to the back of Wesley then. Of course, DRS isn't activated yet, but will be for Marco on the next lap, this lap then. So let's see. brakes, gets a good exit, brakes a bit early for turn 1 it seems, as the DRS now probably isn't close enough. He doesn't have the DRS even, what? Okay.
It's a double detection zone, so
oh
it's
yeah,
only one
that's true.
detection zone
Yeah, I
inside
forgot.
straights.
Prince then overtaken by Dogarbs, very good move by him then. Visco running a bit wide ahead. Very good move, round the outside of turn 3. And Invisible is out. Where did he? Oh no!
Oh, he's done it on a straight.
Do the fast turn probably.
Virtual safety car.
He probably lost it on the fast turn. And is that
We
an
have a
opportunity for
virtual safety
10k to
car.
pit? No. Walser, by the way, has closed down the gap to 10k a lot. Within 1 second now.
He could probably go onto the mediums here and take them to the end. So he's going to have a great pace advantage over the field.
But will the virtual safety car... we're go green, it's racing again then.
And the answer is no, mate.
No, indeed. Didn't even get to finish my sentence then. But 7/10 between Tankate and Walserbird. He's shown a lot of pace, Walserbird then. Is Tankate going to pit? Yes, he will. So that's Walserbird up into the lead, followed by Wesley, who hasn't. He doesn't need to make a pit stop. Marco probably trying to stretch these mediums. Of course he has a pace advantage over Wesley now. As we look at him now into turn 1, locks up a bit but gets a good exit. Now has the DRS. Now is going for the move. Will he go to the inside or to the outside? He doesn't make the move. Thinks better of it now, as Invisible has left the session, of course, after his DNF.
Oh, RLH gets past on the inside of turn 3.
Oh, they're side by side, Goldie and Shabby, and Goldie overtakes Shabby then. Good move by Goldie.
Having a great recovery race,
Yeah.
you've got to give it to him.
But he still has the 10-second time penalty, so...
I imagine he'll get it removed.
I'm
But
not saying
just in case he
anything.
doesn't, he should probably keep his head down.
As seen now, there's... I don't think, apart from the Williams team, there's no... oh no!
Oh,
And Marco!
What a save!
What a save! Just wanted to say there's no other teams with 2 cars in the top 10 apart from Mercedes and Williams. Great day for Williams
Down
then
the
up till now.
inside. There's
Dogarbs.
the racing point.
Yeah, sorry, missed that move. They're side by side through the
Oh,
third
that's good
sector then,
racing.
but Dogarbs gets the move done. Of course, he hasn't either need to make a stop. My God, English. Okay. Ooh, as Prince runs a bit wide, very vulnerable for Ashwin then. And yes, Ashwin is ahead. Very great fight here.
Oh, double lock.
Ooh,
By
Ashwin, but he blocks him a bit. Will Prince Killer try anything here?
He's going to pull out late. There he
And
goes.
he's going for the inside.
Oh,
He's
big
still there
contact,
though,
but that's
Ashwin,
alright.
on the inside. And Ashwin
he's just
keeps
squeezed
it.
him off.
Ooh, and they're oh no!
Oh,
No! And that's probably Prince had to give up the corner there, in my opinion.
in my eyes, that's Adwin's fault. He's left him no
Yeah,
room on
that's-
the
yeah.
outside.
He's left him
He's
no
just-
room at all, but he was ahead.
He's off the track and he's continued to push him off.
Yeah,
even
I
after
don't
being on
think
the
he
curb.
had control on the curb, but anyway,
Yeah.
we are not the stewards, so Goldie then. Close behind Aled. Aled will get DRS, so that's not going to help Goldie. Closes up through the fast chicane. Aled has a very bad run then. Goldie already alongside. Oh, and that's Shabby trying to go down the inside as well. Does he make it work? Yes, he makes it work. He gone off track there on the grass even to overtake those guys there. Shabby now chasing after Goldie then. As Marco is overtaking Black Mama now into turn 1. Outbrakes him and is ahead. Needs to watch out on his exit though, as Wesley I mean, sorry. What? Wesley then with the DRS. Oh no, he hasn't got DRS because double detection. Oh, ooh, Marco goes a bit wide, but he keeps his line. Ultimately, Wesley tries a bit of a switchback, but it isn't going to work there, so he has to stay behind. Marco, of course, on the mediums, on the faster tire. Walser still on the softs, probably
These
looking
guys
to
battling
pit.
is helping Walster quite well.
Yeah,
He
definitely.
might still have a chance here.
He's going to have such a pace advantage over the likes of Wesley, Dogarbs, and even Prince and Goldie even, in the end.
Yeah, it'll be good to see where he finishes.
But if Marco can make the strategy on the mediums work, I mean, then he deserves to win, to be honest. That would be amazing. Shabby then close behind Goldie.
11 positions this race.
Sorry, who?
Marco's gained 11.
Oh yeah. Fiscal gained 14. Goldie gained 9 positions and DeLuca gained 6. Alcorks gained 3 positions and the rest just, yeah. Dogarbs gained 6 as well.
Biggest loser being Shabby. But he'll be looking to change that.
Yeah. I'm not calling him a loser. Alet then close behind DeLuca, but DeLuca gets a way better run in the fast chicane. So he isn't going to make a move here. Alet then followed by Donkey Dan, 3 seconds, 3.6 behind. Ashwin 5.2 behind. Alcorks 10.9 behind in 15th, and Jerome of course not in this session. Tankate then running 10th place after making his pit stop. Do you think he'll be making a comeback, or do you think he just, well, messed up in his strategy in the by not pitting under the safety car, Will?
Well, he's got some tyres left. Obviously, he's probably going to catch up to DeLuca, but then there's another 20-second gap in front of DeLuca to the next field, the next group of cars anyway.
Just noticed that Tankate is on the hards instead of on the mediums, and knowing that he did 9 laps on softs, he probably could have made it work on the mediums. But
yeah, his hards are going to be a lot fresher at the end.
Yeah,
so
that's true.
they still have a pace advantage, but not as much. So
I'ma quickly check the penalties then. Let's see. For the top guys, Walstra has 2 warnings. Marco has a penalty and a warning. Wesley 2 warnings. Dogarbs a penalty, and Viscal 1 warning. Prince 1 warning, just pick that up. Goldie 10 seconds and 2 warnings. Shabby 5 seconds and 2 warnings, of course, with the Prince killer incident. 2 warnings for Cotton Eye Joe and a penalty and 1 warning for Tankate. Let's finish it then. DeLuca, no warnings, good clean race from him. 2 warnings and 5 seconds for Alet. Donkey Dan then no warnings. Ashwin no warnings, and Alcorks 5-second time penalty, 2 warnings.
Shabby just overtaking Goldie,
yeah.
Side by side.
Ooh, that's a weird move there. It's not happening a lot there. But that is given the chance to Viscal to run away. 2 seconds now. I think Viscal's still in for a good race, you know, with starting on the hards.
He'll have to do a lot on the softs.
If he gets the softs on in about 5 laps, 5 or 4 laps, then I think he's in for a good one. Goldie then closing up to the back of Shabby. Doesn't like being overtaken. So he'll want the position back, but Shabby just has more pace, it looks like. Goes a bit wide there. So that's his opportunity for an overtake ruined. There's not really any close fights then, apart from Alet and DeLuca. Alet has a good run with the DRS on DeLuca. Let's watch the other cam. Alet tries to go around the outside, outbrakes DeLuca. Ooh, and they touch, but Alet ultimately is through. DeLuca sits behind, probably smart from him. DeLuca racing the Senna helmet I just seen. That's pretty cool.
I've just seen that Alet's on the softs.
Alet, yeah, he's on the soft, so he's fast. Yeah,
he's not going to go to the end though, is he?
No, definitely not. Let's see, let's check the tires pretty quick.
Walstrabert should be coming in anytime soon.
Yeah.
What time did he start on the softs?
The softs, yeah. Probably good for him to stretch those softs as long as possible.
He's going to have to go on to the mediums.
Yeah.
He may as well pit now and get the most out of the mediums.
Yeah,
because the softs won't be feeling great. He's got a 7-second gap though.
Yeah, that's true.
He's
Maybe
come out
he wants to extend that, but I think he's coming out, yeah, P10.
P9, P10.
Walsterbird is in the pits then. Let's look at his stop. He is going on to the mediums, yeah. Good stop then from Walsterbird. P3. P4, of course it isn't a very long pit lane here.
Make it out in front of the Toro Rosso.
P6, P7, behind Prince Killer. Let's see where Cotton Eye Joe is. And Cotton Eye Joe is ahead, but he is... Oh, is he ahead? Ooh, that's very dangerous, but he is Cotton Eye Joe is ahead. Then Walsterbird returns in P9 ahead of Tankade. Ultimately Tankade, the guy who pitted earlier for the hard, so Walsh pretty much made an overcut there.
Yeah, he's done it very nicely. Good pace on the softs, and now he's just going to push like hell on the mediums. Shabby now looking for a move up the inside. He thinks about it. It's get left space, but bogs down on the curb. Goldie's now looking to line Shabby up off the 10-11 chicane, see what he can do as he runs through here, down into 6th. Clips the inside apex nicely. Oh, Shabby getting a bit loose there.
Shabby covers him off.
Oh, he goes for a move.
Ooh, he goes down the inside on Viscal. Good move from him, but he runs a bit wide. Viscal then on the inside. But that's not going to work. Goldie then, is he trying something in the penultimate turn? Goes down the inside, good dive bomb from him. But Viscal, of course the outside is the better line there. And he remains in P5, good fight from these guys. Goldie now with the DRS. Has a good exit, good run, and makes the move stick into turn 1. Then behind them, Walsterbird, Cotton Eye Joe having a great fight then, a great battle. Walsterbird goes round the outside into turn 1, great move. And Tankade, oh, it looked like he dropped it on my screen. Ah well, that's great then. Viscal is indeed in 6th place now. Might be thinking about getting on another set of tires. The softs then, as he made no stop yet.
We now have a little train between Shabby, Goldie and Viscal, which is now starting to open up. But Goldie has had a great recovery. He's in, once Marco pits, he's in a net P4.
Is Marco pitting though?
He's pitted on lap 5 to go onto their mediums.
Yeah, that's why I said. He needs 24 laps on mediums. Surely that's impossible, right?
Yeah,
of course, there are about 3 laps on their safety car, but still. Wesley is closing on Marco as well. He's gaining massively. But Marco will still be in P10 then, and if he pits onto the softs, he'll be much quicker than everyone else. So, has Wesley made the strategic master move? We will see in the end. As Walsterbird sets the fastest lap, of course that's a point as well, 124.5. Chasing down Prince Killer, he's gained almost 1 or 2 seconds then on this lap alone. Will there be some team orders between the Dutch guys coming into play? I don't think so, as Tankade is going down the inside on Cotton Eye Joe. Pushes Cotton Eye Joe wide and gets P9. That's probably something that will go on to the stewards, but I'm not commenting about that.
I don't think you and the stewards have the best relationship.
No, but I'm not going to say anything that'll give
Wesley's got
others
very
hope.
Close to Marco here. He could be going for a move up the inside.
Ooh, no, it thinks better of it.
The side's better of it.
I'm just not giving anyone hope, you know. Let's look that.
Oh, very deep from Wesley, but could get a good run here, maybe have a chance into the hairpin if he is close enough.
Walsterbird and very close behind Prince Killer. Very beautiful camera angle here as Walsterbird activates the DRS, is looking for a move into turn 1 then. As Walsterbird is ahead before turn 1. Ooh, outbrakes himself as Prince goes around the outside once more. That's just, you need to be smart when making those moves, you know. Don't focus on the other driver, just focus on yourself. Brake what you normally would do, and then you'll keep the position, because this is only losing him time, even though he has to make a great recovery. Then he goes around the outside here as Prince has some wing damage on his left end plate. This is a great fight then, going side by side. Walserbird, will he try it round the outside? Yes, he outbrakes him, but Prince keeps his line then. Onto the fast chicane, they go. Walser, of course, on the fresher tires, probably has a way better run in this chicane. Brakes later, gets a good run. Maximizes the exit. Prince forces him to go wide. And he is going to go round the outside. What a move. And that's him up into P7, now chasing down Fiscal. And after that, Goldie, Shabby, they aren't far apart from each other. Walserbird could be on the podium today.
He could, it will be a great recovery from him.
I'm not saying I predicted a podium for Walserbird, but I did say it to him. So hopefully he can make my dreams come true.
Prince Killer has... Never mind, I am waffling. I've read the wrong thing.
Marco then still has an 8/10 gap to Wesley, and his tires surely should be going off, but he's only 5,000 slower than his fastest sector
Prince
1.
Killer's gonna go for fastest lap.
Yeah, and Alet as well, I think. But yeah, you gotta give it to him. It's just not been his day today, as the Icewind goes around his outside. It's just very unfortunate being in the wrong place at the wrong time, with Shabby crashing, of course. But there's nothing you can do about it, as these guys go side by side and Prince overtakes Icewind there.
I think Marco's going to try and go to the end.
Yeah, I think as well, because pitting now, stretching these mediums that long and then pitting would be just... If he wanted to go to the softs, he should have done it like 3 laps earlier or something.
Yeah. We're gonna see what happens. Could we see a puncher?
Prince then overtakes Donkey Dan. Wesley only 4/10 behind Marco. But it's just too much. You gotta be within 2/10 to make a move on this straight. That's how close it is on Australia. That's why it's so hard to overtake here. We've got a fight here between Ashwin and Donkey Dan for the 12th place. Of course, it's not getting you points, but it's about the confidence, beating the other driver.
Dorica also pits.
Ooh, Donkey gets a bad exit, bit of a tank slapper there. Let's see what Ashwin can do. Gets a good run, but brakes earlier. Sets up a move for the second part of the straight. Oh, and Donkey's got it all wrong there, and he is retired from the session. Is that a safety car? And that's great for the likes of Marco. Walserbird, but Fiscal as well. You know, he still had to pit. That's mad. Fiscal still had to pit. Well, of course, Cotton Eye Joe, Tank 8, they can all go onto the softs, and Walser just...
most people will pit for softs now.
What would you do if you were Walserbird? You would stay on the mediums, right?
Oh, stay out, get track position, 100%. His mediums aren't worn at all.
Yep.
Yeah, just stay out, get track position.
Like we said a lot of times already, it's hard to overtake. Come on, Walser, go on.
Takes back the lead?
No! He goes for the softs. Why?
Who?
And Shabby takes the lead. He thinks track position is key, and that's a smart way of thinking in my opinion. But Walser...
It is.
Walser on his fresh mediums. Why pit?
If I was him, I would have stayed out on mediums personally.
Yeah.
Get the track position.
Yeah, and his mediums were like 3-4 laps old. 3-4 laps, 2 laps under the safety car, you're easily going to make it, and they won't even be like, they might be like 35% at the end.
Prince Killer has stayed on his softs that he pitted for and gone up to P9.
But just, you know, get that. Of course,
we're about to have a good final 5 laps.
That's mad.
They're in for a good one.
Shabby though, he stayed on the hards. But
He's risked it. He has risked it.
Shabby
It
is fast.
doable.
It is
I
possible.
know it's doable.
If
I've done it in
the
Germany.
top two, if the second and third guy, Marco and Wesley, start fighting, and Shabby can break away. Of course, he is on 18 lap old hards, so that might hinder him a bit. So I'm just going to the Discord to advertise for the stream. I mean, a late safety car always spices things up, doesn't it, Will?
Exactly that. It's gonna be a good one. I've got to say, I think Shabby will be able to hold on to it, and if he can, that's going to be a great recovery. I haven't been bothered to look at pens, so it's going to be a surprise at who actually wins this race.
Well, I've just looked at it. I think Shabby, of course, has his 5 seconds for the Prince Killer incident, but he'll probably look to get that removed.
Someone just got disqualified.
Disqualified.
Disqualified. Yep. So Shabby is the only man not to pit.
Yeah. But yeah, of course, him spinning out, he can't do anything about him spinning out, you know. So it's unfortunate for Prince Killer to get caught up in that, but yeah, he can't do anything about it.
Yeah, Prince Killer was on for a good race. Bit of a shame, but at the end of the day, that's just racing.
Yep. So guys, if I can just get your predictions for the top 3, or if you wanna have time, for the top 10 or 5 even. Who is going to win this race? I'll quickly run you through the penalties as we are behind the safety car then. For the top, let's say 7. Shabby then, 5 seconds. He has 5 seconds. He has 3 warnings, but he somehow didn't get a penalty. I mean, okay. Marco then, 1 warning and 1 penalty. Wesley still, oh no, he's got a penalty as well. Dogarbs then, 1 penalty. Goldie, 10 seconds, 2 warnings. Viskel, 1 warning. Viskel is still in this, you know. Walserbird, 2 warnings. Tankade, 1 penalty and 1 warning. Prince Killer then, he has 3 warnings but no penalty, okay. And Cotton Eye Joe has 2 warnings. So, tell you what, Viskel still in this. After taking those hearts a long way.
He's done an incredible strategy.
Yeah.
To go from 19th to 6th.
But I remember from last season, he's done a lot of audacious strategies.
He has done well. I did say they would anticipate a late safety car.
Yeah.
So, what can you do? But also Goldie's have a good recovery from his low qualifying position.
So, I hope the chat is working for you guys, because I haven't seen any predictions yet. No worries, guys. You can also do 1 bold prediction for the final, like 3-4 laps of this race. I expect the safety car to be coming in this lap. The question is though, will Shabby keep it in first place?
This is going to be good. It's going to be one to look forward to.
I think, if I got to be honest, if Shabby stays clean, he wins. But if he makes 1 mistake, be it on traction or just crashing, he's gonna get so many, he's gonna lose so many positions.
If he holds the middle of this track, he will be fine.
But like if he gets he needs to take risks, and the last, like in the final in the fast chicane, if he has a bad run on his old hards, which is very likely, then he'll be very vulnerable for even P2 and even P3 to overtake him, you know.
Safe car in.
But yeah, we'll have to see then. As it's a Mercedes 3 again, like we saw at the start of this race, but it isn't Prince, it is Marco in the Mercedes sandwich then, with Dogarbs in 4th. Done a great race from him, by the way, up to 4th position. Goldie as well, Fiscal still in this, Walsterbird as well. Let's see what these guys can do. So we now follow Shabby. Is he going to start earlier than Tenkate did? Tenkate got a pretty good restart, and to be honest, if I were Shabby, I would just accelerate in a straight line, because
it's probably the best bet.
There's no way for him to gain it on traction, but I think he's gone there. Yes, he has gone there, and Marco is very close. He's got a very good restart, Marco, then. As we follow Marco on board.
DRS for 2 laps.
He hasn't got the DRS, but he'll be way quicker in traction zones and on braking. He closes up massively in the braking zone. Follows Shabby through then.
Look at that, look at that. He is not letting anyone through all around the outside.
Marco. All around the outside, he's going for the inside. Ooh, he tried it.
Great defending.
Wow,
Brilliant
yeah,
defending.
that's what he needs to do. He needs to keep his car in the middle of the track for the last 4 laps. He's got to drive defensive, drive a bit aggressive, like Freddy did in Season 4 on you. Remember?
Oh, I mean, there's defensive and then there's that.
Yeah,
Yeah, we'll carry on.
Well, we're not going to talk about that because Marco is 2 tenths behind Shabby here. Like I said, if he gets a bad run through the chicane, it's Marco's P1. But Shabby does get a good run, in fact. Marco then of course has no DRS, but looks to be closing up. Shabby takes a defensive line as well. Very close to the back of him. Let's follow them through to sector 3 onto the straight then. Wesley only 3 tenths behind as well. Now should be Marco's opportunity. Very good run. Wesley isn't following in the DRS. He is probably looking to set this move up for the second part of the straight as Goldie goes fast it.
Oh,
ooh, almost loses it there.
Shabby's got a chance to get away here.
Shabby has got a chance, and with the DRS being activated
Wesley
in 1 lap.
round the outside. No, I think's better of it.
Marco is just so much more.
Goldie and Dogarbs.
Yeah, on the brakes he's just closing up so much. Goldie then behind Dogarbs, looking to overtake him. As Shabby picks up a 3-second time penalty, and that could be crucial for this race. Marco of course has a 3-second time penalty as well. And Marco now tries to go around the outside. Shabby defends great. Bit defensive there, bit of defensive driving there. Wesley now 1 tenth behind. Marco, and both Shabby and Marco are vulnerable. Marco then gets a good run through the chicane as Prince picks up 3 seconds. Wesley then, will he try to go down the inside of Marco? No, he thinks better of it. Probably smart from him to stay behind. Fiscal then. Oh, Walsterbird has gone off. That's unfortunate. Oh, and there's contact between Marco and Shabby. Marco braked too late. Is there any damage for Marco? Doesn't look like it, but the DRS will be activated. But of course with the double activation zone, you won't have DRS yet. Marco now tries to set up the move. Wesley is very close. Wesley has a good run on Marco. Marco is defending rather than attacking.
Side.
Going round the outside. Marco brakes late. Oh no, and they touch.
Push, that's
Wesley
that's all good, though.
on the inside. Marco probably keeps it. Yes, he does. Wow, great racing from these guys.
That's hard racing.
That's great, but that's given the chance for Shabby to break away. But of course, those 23 leveled hards have nothing to do against these softs. Marco then has 1.5 lap to go, closing up on Shabby here. He will have the DRS now, just needs a good run. He's low on DRS, Shabby is low on DRS as well. Has a good run, has the DRS. Will he try something here as Ashwin picks up 3 seconds? No, he is not close enough on this occasion. Goes very late on the brakes though, tries to go around the outside as Alad retires. That's very unfortunate for him. Wesley then also close behind still. It's still a 3-way fight. Shabby driving
Shabby
very
is defending
defensive.
for his life.
Wesley trying to go around the outside, probably had to stay behind because this is losing him out. Marco then. Is he going for the move as Prince retires? That's very unfortunate. That's 6 guys out now. Marco goes around the outside. Marco, what a move! They're side by side. He keeps, no, Marco dropped it. No, and that's Dogarbs through for second. What's happened to Wesley then? Wesley has gone off Goldie into P3. And this is the final lap then. Shabby in first, Dogarbs. What the hell is happening? Viskel is up into P5. Marco in P11. He's had a... It's all gone wrong there. Dogarbs. Wesley retires from the session. Dogarbs then. He is the man to overtake Shabby on the soft.
What I think happened was Shabby came across slightly, like nothing bad.
No.
Him and...
They touched. 50 viewers then are watching. Sorry for interrupting you, Will, but there's 3 tenths behind Dogarbs. Dogarbs and Shabby. Dogarbs had a very good run. DRS activated then for Dogarbs as we watch the broadcast camera. Will Dogarbs try something? He goes round the outside, but Shabby breaks later. Goldie then. Does he go for the inside? It's a 4-way fight and 10K is off then. With wing damage, Dogarbs doesn't get the chance to overtake Shabby then. And Shabby is going to win this race, but will he do it on penalties? I don't know. Dogarbs only 2 tenths behind.
Drive.
But what a race we have seen. And no. And there's Viskel won! Viskel wins the Grand Prix! These scenes here, I told you Viskel was out of this Grand. I told you he was still in it with the penalties, but Viskel wins the Grand Prix. And my God.
From last to first.
From last to first, starting on the hards. Everyone had ridden him off, but Viskel wins the Grand Prix. Of course, we won't know if Shabby gets his penalty removed, but my God, Viskel wins the Grand Prix. What a race, and it's the Sauber on the top step of the podium, and I can guess you that no one predicted that. Oh my God. After the Viskel second meme in last season 6 of Racing League Up, Viskel finishes first to take his maiden F1 win here in Racing League Up, I believe, and he'll be delighted with that. My God, what a podium.
I mean, it's not even a chance that Viskel isn't driver of the day.
Wow, no, Viskel 100%. He's made a strategy work, and I'll let you run through the final order then for the race.
Right, so Viskel is the one to pick up the win, with Shabby coming home in P2 after that great defensive drive in the final few laps. Dogarbs is P3, followed by Cotton Eye Joe, Tenka, and Adwin. Wallstrabert finishes P7 with what could have been, but it was a solid drive in the end. Goldie is P8, Marco P9, DeLuca P10. That I'm probably not going to have time to go through anymore, so we're just going to leave it at the top 10 for now.
Wow, I've just fallen off my seat from excitement.
That was an absolutely brilliant race.
Wow.
That might have been the best race I've ever seen.
Yeah, it definitely is. What the hell, those final few laps. The 17 viewers that join in on the stream are very lucky, and we're now getting the guys in for the podium interviews.
Who even was on the podium in the
I have no clue.
Viskel,
Shabby and Dogarbs, but I haven't got them in my friends list, I think. Let's quickly look then. I'll invite Goldie to the session, to the party. So he can invite the other guys if they want to have a podium interview. But my God, Will, what the hell? I didn't expect this in the slightest. Though the final lap, I just was standing up and screaming all the way. That was mad. Wow. Let me quickly look if I can find the other guys then. Shabby and let's see, Dogobs. Dogarbs, yes, he's invited as well. And then let's see, Fiscal, man, what a legend. I mean, did you see the Brazil race last season? Will? He went on the Inters like 6 laps too early and he already was a legend, but this win, oh my god, that's absolutely mad. I'm hoping there will be a couple of guys joining for the podium interviews, and otherwise we'll just end it off here. And Dogarbs, welcome to the party. If you can just make sure your party chat is on always allowed so we can hear you on stream. If your party settings, sharing your voice is on always allowed so we can hear you on stream. Do you know how to do it? Okay. Well, I don't think there's any other guys joining, so I'll just... Oh, well, there they are. Oops. So guys, if you can just all make sure that your your voice settings are on always allowed, so we can hear your voice on stream, that would be great. Viscal? I can't hear you, and Shabby either. Yes, Shabby, I can hear you. Fiscal. Okay, if your voice settings is on always allowed, then it should be fine. Well then, Fiscal, my god, I'm lost for words. What was your immediate thought when you crossed the line?
A little bit.
Well, I hope you scream more than me, because man, that was mad, that finish.
Safety car OP.
Yeah. Your strategy, you started on the hards. Did you gamble on a late safety car?
Yeah, I had to. Obviously, I'd stuck out when the first safety car came out, got the track position. I think I was running P3, and then obviously I had to get a safety car again, otherwise I'd be out of the points, and it happened, and I hung on for them last 4 laps or so. Some really close racing up front, and then obviously after penalties, A1, couldn't be happier.
Yeah, great race from you, and as we've seen earlier, just by staying clean you gain a lot of positions, like in Singapore, up to 2nd place, but now your maiden F1 win, right? Here in Racing League Cup.
It is, yeah, my first win. Yeah, like you say, keep it clean, and you never know what happens with the penalties.
Well, that's a mad first win then for you. Very exciting for us to watch. Shabby then, I believe you were 2nd. Can you run us through the race?
Okay, so qualifying was pretty good. I got pole. I was very confident. After a few laps, I realized my tires were very overheating. So that was a sign I had to calm down. And eventually I didn't, and I spun. And it took me back all the way at the back of the grid. So I just went to the hards till the end. And at the end I had a 3-second penalty, I think.
Yeah, 3 seconds you picked up at the end, and you got 5 seconds for the incident with Prins. Are you looking to get that removed?
I served it at the pits.
Oh, so you can't get it removed, so that basically confirms your win, Fiscal. that's great news for you. Well then, congrats on P2 and Dogarbs then P3. You had a great race, great recovery, like we saw. Can you run us through your race then?
This was my first race in this league, so I wasn't expecting a lot, because we talked with owner, the Katanai Joe, and he told us that if you get some points, few points, it will be a great job. But at the end, I qualified P10, and then I tried to keep it clean. But at the end, it was a good fight, trying to pass Shabby. But at the end, Let's Get Fiscal just passed us with having no penalties. However, I'm quite happy.
So then there seems to be no questions from the guys watching, so I will congratulate you guys with the podium. Good race from you. You've brought a lot of excitement to the race today, and I want to thank everyone watching for today's stream. It's been a fun one, great racing, and I'll hopefully catch you next week for I think it's the Chinese Grand Prix. Bye bye.